Everybody, this is the walkthrough video for the day that I've planned to be out of school. It is the 22nd. It is try one week 3. Okay, so here's that same LO from the blue part of the project tracker. So I'm going to ask you individually here to write 1 to 3 sentences that explain how the properties of water that result from polarity and hydrogen bonding affect its biological function. And my hint for you is that you've got so many resources about this now. There's information in your lab notebook if you've been here this week, in your review book or your photocopy, in the AP classroom video notes. If you need to go and watch the video for 1.1, now would be a good time. But you have a lot of resources to be able to do this. 1 to 3 sentences. This is what the College Board wants you to be able to do, so we are practicing it directly. All right, so today is the day where we finish up analyzing data about water in living systems. We're going to do a few activities. I'm going to switch to the next slide to show you to wrap up. You're going to mostly choose the order here, but today's our last day of thinking about water in living systems during class. So one of the things you're going to see today is our first AP Classroom multiple choice question set. So these are what I would typically be giving as quizzes during class. So it's really important you don't skip them, but you should know that unless there's an entry in Canvas, you are not going to be graded. So as you'll see for Canvas, it just says CAP Classroom. There's not a link. That means it doesn't go in the grade book. So I'm giving you these as another set of formative assessment. The answers are totally out there. Please don't Google them. Please just try some test taking and see how you do. Again, I will never check in with your grade about this unless you have a question. And I've set these questions so that you can automatically see feedback on your work. These are still multiple choice. You have those multiple choice questions about all of Unit 1 in the background. If you haven't done those, this is going to help you start to understand some of what's happening about the structure of water and hydrogen bonding. By the way, lots of people don't get these correct because this is another set of questions the College Board has created so that you learn the things that you don't yet know. That's the point. So, okay, so how you work today, you mostly get to pick the order with a couple really important exceptions. So the first order of business is that you and your team need to finish your project tracker for the water update. So that includes finishing up anything on your shared slides, getting that information into your individual slides, and then eventually including the pictures of the water jigsaws. Now, if you were absent and I said, oh, you only have to put the pages that you have, that's great. But for most people who are here, you're going to have all 4 pages. That does include finishing the last page of the water jigsaw. It's pretty much the same thing you just wrote down, as you'll see. And so you'll be able to do that, I think, pretty well. There's a lot of room there. You don't need to use all of it, but you should use some of it. In addition, we've got that 1.1 multiple choice question practice. I think there are like I don't even think there are 4 questions. There might be 3 or 4 questions, but they are the ones the College Board is given of topic questions for this content. And then maybe you have really charged through things and you have some homework to do. Maybe you can work on finishing up your field experience document, working on your AP classroom notes, or finishing the Kim Foglia assignment, or asking somebody for help about that if it's confusing. One thing that has come up, there's a question about ester bonds. You don't need to know about those. So that's in the protein, amino acids becoming a protein, and you don't need to worry about that. And then the last thing you should do today, like in the last 5 to 6 minutes of class, is the bell work. So you might even want to set a timer for your group or your friend group so you can go and do this. So I have a picture from the big bell work. It doesn't look like this on the small bell work, but it has all the same words. So in the week in review, you're going to pick vocab terms. I suggest that this week you pick vocabulary that is about water, maybe from that first page of the paste in about the water properties jigsaw. But some terms, especially terms you don't know yet, like if you still don't really understand the difference between cohesion and adhesion, this is a good opportunity to pick those words. You're looking for 5 or more terms. I put a hashtag there to help you remember that these are like individual words or phrases. I don't want you to write like APBio is great in camel case or whatever. This is for vocabulary words and phrases. And then in the learning log, oh, there's no FRQ today. Um, if it is complete, sorry, I forgot what was happening today, and this is a better plan. Okay, great. Here comes the slideshow again. It's beautiful. Look at that. So then when you write the part about the learning log, the goal is for you to write a summary of the main points of the week. And I will give you a deal. If your summary from the do now is complete, you do not need to complete the learning log this week. If it really did, oh, pardon me, if it really did this thing that I asked you to do and it did a great job and it used a couple of those words down there that you wrote in the this part, then you're good. You can just write see the do now for this particular one. So that's it for me. Please turn in the bell work if it's complete. It goes into the place where you turn in physical papers. There's no need to resubmit your portfolio. Just make sure the water component is added to it. We began thinking on Monday about proteins. I'm so excited for that and for any of your adults who are coming to back to school night to get to do a very similar task. All right, that's it for me. Take care out there. We'll see you soon. Happy weekend.